So when they gave me Lily, they did not tell me that he was at a glucose of 295. I got that by calling in about his medical records after the fact. And so when I saw that night a 385 on the glucose, I'm sorry, the next day, 385 on there, I only knew that the last doctor told me he was at 140s or something like that. I've got it written down. And so I did not, and they were releasing him, telling me he's being stable, he's ready to release now. You can have him tomorrow at 11:30. And they don't give them to me until 7 o'clock, running up the tab, guys, running up the bill. Now, additional $1,500 from their, where first, just only hours before, I talked to the vet, and she says, oh, we're going to come in less than we quoted you. And then from there, I go above an additional $1,500. This is BluePearl for you. They say one thing, and then and then the bill gets run up even more the next day. So then, so again, that's BluePearl, and this one was located in Christiana, Delaware. And so they tell me, you're good to go. Here's your cat and everything else. Taking him home. Come pick him up at 5:30. I'm like 5:30. I thought it was 11:30. Okay, 5:30. That already told me that they're not going to charge. It's going to be less. And by the time they're all done, they should go check out at the counter. Next thing you know, they're handing me a $1,500 bill, not letting me know ahead of time that we're no longer going to be less than what we said. We're going to be above what we said. $1,150 now, $1,500 and some change. Of course, I'm going to take it to court and make a formal complaint with the veterinarian board. This is, and I think I can make another complaint too, because with another state board with this bait and switch type thing. Here's we're going to have you at 11:30 and then 5:30. Now they called me from the office and they admit, we were only off by an hour. Well, that's not true. You said I could be picking them up at 11:30. It was 5 o'clock ish when I got there, and I wasn't done there till 7 o'clock, where they kept going in and out of the office for whatever emergencies they might have had, getting distracted instead of just staying focused with me. I had the one lady there, Lisa, tell me that twice a day and then feed them. And then I had the doctor tell me twice a day, but then, you can do 3 times a day. So I'm getting multiple answers from the professionals there. And then they gave the wrong drugs, wrong drugs to me, not being focused or whatever it was. But they said that probably the one lady, the office manager, that would be Summer, said that, it would just probably just give him a tummy ache. Now, I didn't know how sick he is, but she's theorizing, or telling me rather, that it's just going to give him a tummy ache. The amount of medication that was off, it was significantly off, and just a tummy ache. How do you know that? How do you know that? Have you ever given that much drugs to Lily? It's this cat particularly, and with his condition. So, this is not right. It's ridiculous to say that. So now BluePearl had a chance to make it good with me, and I made it clear that if we don't make this right, then I'm going to just let other people be warned also about BluePearl, that no, this is I would do a video saying they made it right, they realized their mistakes and all, but they were only admitting to 1 hour over, which is ridiculous. Again, 11:30 was the release time. And then next it's 5 o'clock. How that's way over 1 hour. And then we have the vets saying one thing, Lisa telling me another thing. Again, on recording. They hate that I record. Well, they record there too. They've got cameras there. And so they record there also. So there's, it's fair to record yourself. It's in Delaware, and you can record yourself. You can record anybody else without their consent. You don't need consent to record in Delaware. You don't want to be recorded, then find somewhere else to magically make yourself invisible. It's Delaware. That's Delaware, and Delaware allows you to record. Okay, so now we got other issues such as, again, the high 295. So they never let me know that he was at 295. They never let me know that he was running those high ketones. All right, when they discharged him, it made me believe that he was great. So remember, I think that he's great, 140, let's say, in glucose. They're giving me this cat at 295. So the next day, when I finally get my meter working, it's 385. I'm thinking, my gosh, he just went from 140. Sorry, Lily. He just went from 140 to 385. What's going on? Something's crazy off here. And not until I finally realized, maybe she gave me a sick cat still, a significantly sick cat. And when I dressed her on that, coming back in there a couple of days ago, they said, oh, those numbers are okay. You can be, the one doctor, oh, you can be okay. It can be over 300. It's okay. Over 300, it can be okay on glucose. I couldn't find anywhere where over 300 is okay in glucose for a cat. Especially this cat is in ketosis at that point. Also has ketones in his blood, coming out of his blood, which I have 2 tests that I used, and we got the ketones down to 0. She told me before, no ketones at all. But then they're releasing them with the ketones. So remember, approximately a day and a half before, I'm told, hey, we got them stable. There's no ketones. Progressing. Great. Awesome. Still going to keep them overnight. Get them tomorrow, 11:30. We're good to go. And then what do I get? I get a cat with ketones and 295 on the glucose. So this is BluePearl, and their vets there are all covering their bases covering themselves, including the management. That would be Summer, Lisa, the doctors, everybody. I mean, they're that greedy for money. Instead of saying, hey, look, we need to make this right. It's obviously financial. That's the stress we caused you, and also emotional distress with the cat, with, it taking forever for me to figure it out all on my own, because they never told me the numbers. They never did, the discharge documents, nowhere on here, and you can pause the screen, where you see where it reveals that your cat has got ketones and a 295 glucose level. It just says, hey, give them this, give them that, give them this, give them that. This is the extent. Lily can return for courtesy, look at this. Lily can return for a courtesy focal gastrointestinal tract. I'll be keeping these documents with me, with Lily, just in case I got to run to the doctor and have it. It's courtesy because in his care, the one doctor does the ultrasound, says that she thought it was, by the other doctor telling me, that she thought it was a piece of tubing from the hospital. So they're trying, and it did pass apparently, but I don't have that facts because they wouldn't let me go back there and look at them when they did this courtesy focal gastrointestinal tract ultrasound. I requested the documents today. So when I was on the phone with Summer. So we'll see what it looks like. But the expert that looked at it, from the doctor telling me only, saying that she thought it was a piece of tubing from their treatment. So they're now that it's missing or it's gone, it passed. They're saying it just passed. It just magically disappeared, which of course you can through the track. But it was pretty dangerous and neglectful, per what I was informed, that it was tubing. And even that the doctor, the primary initial doctor, even said that she asked the other technicians, did Lily chew on his tubing? So that shows that she thought it was tubing also. But it apparently, by listening, it appears that the expert that does the ultrasound said, apparently presented to me by that one doctor, said it was clearly that she thought it was tubing. So, we'll see what it looks like. But they're now that it's missing or it's gone, it passed. It just magically disappeared, which of course you can through the track. But it was pretty dangerous and neglectful, per what I was informed, that it was tubing. And even that the doctor So when I leave there at 9 o'clock at night, approximately, discharging, because it took forever with them running in and out of different emergencies, making us wait in a room, myself and one other person, who I'll leave out of the video for now. They give me a script to go get insulin for him because he needs it by, he's supposed to take his insulin, I think it was 6 o'clock, and then or 8 o'clock. And when, I think that was the exact time, I've got it on recording. So at 8 o'clock, let's say, well, it was already way past 8 o'clock when I said, when they're trying to figure it out, I said, well, he needs insulin, right? And how am I going to get that? I thought you guys were selling it to me. It turns out they don't sell you the insulin. So she said, oh, we'll give you a script. You got to go to a pharmacy. I looked real quickly in the phone, and I couldn't find the pharmacy that was open. She said, well, there's a Walgreens, 24 hours. So it was Route 7 and 40. And it turns out this time, so this can be proven, they did not have any insulin. They were out of insulin because I did get the script to go there. Also, before I left the office, they did give him, because I said, look, he needs a dose now. So they gave him a dose of insulin. And when I tried to get the script filled, after an hour waiting, they came back with, oh, we don't have insulin. And I wound up having to go into Pennsylvania. Brookhaven had a 24-hour pharmacy that had the insulin if I came in there and, whatever. And they gave me they sold me the insulin. But before that, I called them back and they gave me one dose for tomorrow morning just in case I couldn't get the insulin filled by tomorrow. I mean, that was a Saturday. And so they gave me one dose. And she just made a big deal of giving me this one dose of insulin right here. That, oh yeah, we gave you that free dose of insulin. Wow, that's crazy. It's you cut me loose on a Friday. There is no way to get insulin by the time he needs it again, 8 o'clock in the morning, and because the pharmacies aren't opening at 8 o'clock in the morning 8 o'clock in the morning. So, and this one was out. Well, I didn't know that yet, but I didn't know it then. So I'm calling him back saying, look, there's no way I can get that, insulin by 8 o'clock when he needs it for his 12-hour spacing. So they gave me the courtesy 2 units of insulin. Like I said, she made a big deal of it today on the phone that we didn't charge you for that insulin. the 2 units of insulin. I don't care if they charge me for 2 units of insulin. I spent $11,000 for my cat. Do you think now I'm going to say, oh, no, I can't pay for 2 units of insulin? That's ridiculous. And she made a big deal about it. This is BluePearl. And we gave you the canine food, the canine food. We gave you a case of that. They can have it back. He doesn't eat it. It's junk. They make a big deal of it. I think it's $40. They can have their canned food back. He doesn't eat it. It's not palatable to him, and she made a big deal like that. So like that, we gave you that $40 case of whatever it might be, Royal Canine. I've got 2 more cases of it already. When I ordered it already, thinking he would eat it, I've got that from Chewy. Chewy already said you can send it back, so they can have their junk back also. And now we have the multiple statements about insulin again. 2, we got this meal here we dealt with, right? It says give, and then it says give. It says insulin subcutaneously twice daily, 12 hours apart, prior to administration. Offer food as per instructed below. If your pet eats well, give the full dose of insulin. If your pet does not eat well or at all, give only a half dose. So there's the regulating, they said. Now, if your pet has a decrease of appetite or no appetite for 2 meals in a row, do not give the insulin and have your pet rechecked immediately. Insulin should be stored in a box in the refrigerator. You should never shake the bottle. Okay, that's that. So here's the feeding instructions. Diets high in fiber will decrease the post-meal blood sugar spikes. Lily has been eating Royal Canine Glycobalance here in the hospital. Oh, he's not eating it from me. A prescription has been provided as well as wet food to go home. Lily should, as well as wet food to go home. Lily should eat a total of 6 cans a day. Remember, I did the math for that guy. It's just like 18 ounces of this product a day, if only on the wet food. So they wanted him to eat 18 ounces. They're 3-ounce cans. He can't stomach 18 ounces of this product. If only of the dry food, Lily should eat half every 12 hours. So I guess if only on the dry food, Lily should eat half every 12 hours. If you're doing a combination dry and wet, it says a total is a half cup, right? It says a half cup. Okay, if a combination of mixed drink of 3 cans, so that would be 9 ounces, and a half cup of total of day. That's for the dry. As always, Lily should have a free access to fresh water, which he does all the time. At all times, Lily should be fed regular meals twice daily prior to insulin administration. Regular meals twice daily, 6 cans. Let's go with the wet stuff. He'd have to eat 9 ounces in one sitting. Lily does not eat 9 ounces in one sitting, and I know they didn't get him to eat 9 ounces in one sitting. So they do this calculation that's unrealistic, that's not palatable to him. You guys got a cat that eats 9 ounces in one sitting? I don't. Here is a urine ketone diastick. Pass a strip of, so this the ketone strips. Yes, once daily to monitor his diabetic regulation at home. If his urine tests negative or glucose, please contact us immediately. All right, which I did, and I told him about the high numbers, and that I'm going to proceed with making a complaint with the board. Now, I did videos about Lily and all, and you guys said, yeah, proceed forward to court action. And they asked me to take it down. Of course, I'm going to put the videos back up now. It's just factual information. And again, they record there also. They got cameras there. They record there. They didn't ask my permission to record. All right, you don't have to ask permission to record in Delaware. You just record. Yeah, so Lily can return return. This wasn't Ken. They told me I had to do it on Monday with the radiology. They said I had to do it on Monday. So not Ken. It was like if you're gonna take advantage of this, you got to do it on Monday. And the glucose curve, I was doing that. I've got the monitor on him, and the monitor is doing pretty well as far as matching up, because I also do verification glucose testing with multiple meters. I have those in recording too, so I record it, not just showing a number. I actually film myself doing the process, so it can't be disputed that anything's funny or fudged. All right. So now we're here. Fast forward, and now we went from 2 units to 3 units. So first is give him 2 units of insulin, right here, and that was Friday. They're saying that, and by I think I went in there Monday. Yeah, Monday with the cat. Right, that was Monday for this. And they said, yeah, you give them 3 units now. So they didn't regulate it properly. If you're telling me 2 units on Friday, and by Monday you're telling me 3 units. So it shows you that they don't have a capability to properly tell you like this, 2 units. It was just a shot in the dark, throwing darts as far as I see it, because I didn't change anything besides he did get lower food intake, and yet we're going up in the units. And he never ate 9 ounces there. There's nowhere in the reports they'll show him eat 9. He just doesn't eat 9 ounces. That would be 3 cans. He just doesn't do it. He can't palate it. I can do a video of that. We can prove that easily. I can open up 3 cans in front of him and say, have at it, Lily. It's all yours. And we can watch his glucose go off the scale. And we can watch him. I wouldn't do that to him. That would be neglectful. All right? That would be neglectful. So this is where we are now. I am going to make a formal complaint. I told him I'm making a formal complaint with the board, and I'll have my lawyer address them also. I'm waiting for copies of all the medical records to be delivered to me. Of course, if they withhold the medical records, that's going to be another issue altogether, and I'll update you. So this is going to be a series on BluePearl and how this plays out. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a pretty big operation, but they don't own their issues. Sort of the obvious. I still got the medication. Oh, we'll admit that we gave you the wrong drugs. You don't have to admit that. It's a fact. I got the wrong drugs. They gave me the wrong drugs for Lily that night. It was this one is 62.5 milligrams. They gave me 125 milligrams with instructions of give 1 tablet by mouth 12 hours. Wait a minute. Above here, Clavamox, 60 correction. So it's Clavamox, 62.5 milligrams, 1.5 tablets, which comes out to over 90 milligrams. They gave me 125 milligram tablets, and 1.5 of 125. I think I came at, it's almost damn near 200 milligrams, and I would be doing that every 24 hours. And she said, just give them and it's as needed for nausea. She's an appetite. I'm sorry, wrong one again. As give a food to avoid stomach upset. The medication is an antibiotic. Okay, so, and there's you see the time, 8 o'clock. So that shows you the administration stuff, that we were on that timeline. But they didn't get me out of there at 9 o'clock, like I said. So the 62.5, she's saying that 200 milligrams of Clavamox is, just give them an upset stomach. And that would be Summer stating that. Just so you know, for the record, we're going to say who stated what. Interesting enough, so you guys know, Summer went out of her way to tell me her husband is a police officer. So what's that got to do with anything? I'll also share with you guys, they went out of the way to tell me that vet techs and the whole industry has a suicidal rate. All right, that's significant. So what's that got to do with my cat? What is this? Why are we talking about suicide? And then, and then I also got to hear about the stresses from Summer about not COVID, that, it's since COVID. And now we're in 2025, and she's talking about the COVID problem and something like that with me. So, yeah, this is just a factual information that I'm sharing with you guys. And so I got to hear about suicide, that they have a high suicide rate now. Summer told me that, and so did Lisa at the BluePearl and Christiana. All right, so it's a fact. It's not a fact. It's a fact. All right, so yeah, that's a recorded conversation, so that will not be an issue with that. Take care, guys. I'll follow up with this, but you can see how this. I try to work it out to see if we can, save it. But part of my issue was I was going to want them to self-report to the part of my agreement if they were going to make monetary amends. I wanted them to self-report. They didn't know it. I was waiting for an agreement. Self-report to the board, to the veterinarian board, this whole issue that I wanted them to turn my documents over to the veterinarian board for evaluation and whatever extracurricular, however they see fit to handle it. That would have been only the way I would have accepted any monetary reduction like that. That I would want a significant reduction, because remember they were cutting me free at 11:30 with Lily, and then look at the time. It's 8 p.m. here, and we went past 8 p.m. And there's the next shot, the administration of insulin, 8 a.m. It's all H here, 8 a.m. Okay, take care, guys. Love you. And of course, they're watching the content, so they're going to just try to dot their I's real quick, watch this content and dot their I's. But you guys know I've been doing this for years. I can document and counter with whatever it takes, because I'm just stating data, just stating facts. I'm just stating facts, and I'll have more facts for you to come.